Susan, and fellow debaters. This morning we are going to talk about the motion animals' fur shouldn't be used to make clothes. Fur is one of the oldest clothing used in the world, especially when people lived in caves and trapped animals for their meat and their fur. And also it is used in other countries such as Russia, because fur has an excellent properties of insulation. For most of people, fur is a synonym of stylish, related to wealthy people, because just one fur coat can easily cost over $1,000. Also, according to statistics, each year fur industry kills over 50 million of animals for fashion. Do you know how many animals have to die to do just one coat? Well, for example, if you can buy a wolf fur coat, have to die between 10 and 15 wolves. So our position is for this motion because we think that there are so many other materials or other kind of make clothes. And also fur looks much better on its original owner. The points that we'll be talking today, that is fur farms and the confinements the animals suffer, and the cruel way of killing animals.
Animals shouldn't be used for fashion. Our team will present arguments against this motion. We believe that animals should be used for fashion. Let's think about facts. Animals are bred to feed our human needs every single day. We use animals for food, we use them for experiments, and we even use them as pets. And yes, people over the years have questioned animal killing. But be honest, when you're having breakfast or lunch, do you actually stop and think that the egg that you're about to eat is an unborn chick? I don't think so, or at least most of us never do that. Animals in captivity are bred to feed fashion purposes, and no, they are not horribly treated. Also, it seems to be a bit hypocrite to only question fashion purposes and not the uses that we give animals every single day. And to be completely honest, the benefits that we get from animals are more than a few.
We have two arguments. The first one is called fur farming is not well regulated and do not operate within standards of care. According to a research called FANFUR, which was carried out between 2004 and 2005, China is the largest exporter of fur in the world because there are no penalties for abusing animals in these fur farms. In these farms, animals suffer welfare problems such as stress, self-mutilation, fearfulness, and stereotypical behaviors. Another research made in Finland this year shows shocking images of animals in these farms. For example, they could observe foxes without legs, animals not able to walk, hundreds of animals with eye infections, injuries, and also half-rotten animals with worms left in cage with alive ones. The second argument is called cruelty method employing the killing of animals for their fur. Animals from fur farms are killed by gassing, neck breaking, injections, beating, so as not to damage their fur. An article written by the organization People for Ethical Treatment of Animals explained that some animals are killed by anal electrocution, where an electrically charge is inserted into the animal's rectum, frying his or her insides. This type of method is used for foxes. Another undercover investigation found that minks are killed with weed killers. Weed killers are the ones who take off the animal's skin when he or she is alive, and this can cause the animals to convulse for up to 10 minutes before death.
Our first argument is animals in captivity are bred to use their fur for fashion. Why should we think that animals are ill-treated to obtain their fur? If there are institutions that breed them for that specific purpose. Animal husbandry is critically important. Russia has a special dedication to fur farming since the 18th century. Specifically, the International Fur Auction breeds mink, fox, sable, otter, polecat, and raccoon, among others. They are very well treated and well fed. Besides, their breeding includes a diet with all the necessary components for an animal's growth and fluffiness. All at the same time, the Moscow's Fur Institute prepares trained and entirely qualified specialists in fur farming, who, apart from being involved in the welfare of animals, provide them with all the necessary measures, such as vaccination. That is why we should not worry about animal neglect. Our second argument is, why only question the fashion purposes and not the human intended purposes of animal killing? Let's think for a second about statistics. The website change.org reveals that every year 10 billion domesticated land animals are slaughtered for food only in the United States. 27 million each day and 19,000 every minute. Worldwide, the yearly slaughter count is more than 50 billion. Every second, 1,680 animals are killed for food. As for medicine, animal testing statistics say that more than 25 million vertebrate animals are used in testing only in the United States each year, including monkeys, chimpanzees, beagles and other dogs, cats, rabbits, mice, birds, farm animals, and some others. After the experiments conclude, essentially all of the animals who have survived the research are killed. When invertebrate animals are considered, the estimated number rises to as high as 100 million. As innocent and harmless as it may seem, animal companions such as dogs and cats suffer from humans' negligence. Every year, 6 to 8 million animals, dogs and cats, enter shelters, and 3 to 4 million are killed in these shelters. Why should animals not be used for fashion if we indeed eat them, test drugs on them, and use them as accessories? If killed, shouldn't we give them as many purposes as we can in order to make their deaths worth something?
You said that in Russia, animals are well treated, but if you think in our research that in China animals are killed in horrible ways, for example, they are killed by anal electrocution, and also they are killed by injecting poison. Do you think that is a good way to kill an animal just to get the fur?
Okay, if we think about ways of killing animals, they all are cruel. There's no nice way of killing an animal. First. And isn't it cruel to breed an animal and then kill it for eating purposes?
Yes, but maybe it's not the issue that we are talking about. We are only talking about to get the fur, not for eat the animal. Maybe it's another topic, because we have to do another research for that purpose. On the other hand, we have to consider the animals which are killed in their natural habitat. Do you know that those animals remain in the trap for a long time before the trapper come to kill them?
Yes, I know that, and you got a good point there. But you also have to consider that billions of animals spend their whole lives waiting for their death in the slaughterhouses. So isn't it the same? Don't you feel guilty when you relate to me?
Maybe it's quite different because you are talking about those kind of houses. I'm talking about kill an animal in their natural habitat. For example, do you know that in the world only 600 mountain bears in Africa remain? Also, we have to consider that in Australia, a specific kind of wolf is gone. The last specimen has been seen 10 years ago.
Yes, I have to agree with that. There is a lot of cruelty when it comes to animal killing. However, if a lot of animals are killed every day, wouldn't it be better to avail ourselves of all the benefits animals provide us?
Okay, I agree with that. But let me remind you that if we are talking about avail all the benefits from animals, you said that testing in animals is a very cruel practice. But don't you think that it's better to test a vaccine in a monkey or a dog instead of your daughter or your son?
Well, to sum up, we can say that each year the fur industry kills over 50 million animals for fashion, animals such as foxes, chinchillas, rabbits and many others. In many cases, people who wear fur try to justify their fashion by claiming their coats were made of killed animals from fur farms. But the most terrible facts happen in those places. Animals can suffer for days in captivity before they die. We can also have to take in consideration the methods used to kill animals are really cruel. Animals are treated like objects to get money instead of living and sensitive creatures. What have we really learned so far? First, that animals bred for fashion purposes are well treated and well fed. There are specialists and organizations that are trained to do this job. Second, more animals are killed to feed us than to dress us. We already heard the statistics. 50 billion animals for food only and 50 million for fashion. There's a big difference. Fashion may seem to be a shallow topic, but we literally fight to find our identity during a lifetime. The way we present ourselves to others, the way we take care of our external appearance makes a statement about who we really are.